Good morning, HVC. My name is Matthew Creamer. I'm a junior in high school, and the strong community I've found in HVC High School over the last 3 years has been one of the most impactful things in my life. I've not only found a family that has shown God's love to me, but they have helped me to spread the godly love that we get to experience together to other people too. Being a high schooler in an increasingly stressful world, I have come to realize the value of a community like HVC. During the beginning of my freshman year, I was really involved with HVC High School ministry. Although I had been at the church for as long as I could remember, freshman year was like joining a group I had never experienced. New people and really serious yet fun projects and conversations, as well as the group events such as the White Elephant or the Pumpkin Hunt, made it super worthwhile for me to jump into high school ministry. However, in February of that year, I started playing in a golf tournament that ate up a lot of my time. Despite playing terribly, I began to prioritize golf over going to a community where I would find my faith. As I missed more and more weeks of Sunday nights, I remember finding myself having nights where I would simply feel empty. I would come home both physically and mentally drained from already a long week, and golf was not filling that hole. My life started to feel like I was falling apart. I started to realize that I was choosing golf over God, which I knew was a form of idolatry, but I had made a commitment to golf, so I felt like I had to keep going. So I pressed on, missing out on roughly 16 Sunday nights where I could have been together with many of my friends and leaders, but instead came home feeling more and more drained by my decision. I felt torn in two by my own choices, not liking the person I was becoming. When I finally made it back to Sunday nights, I remember a conversation I had with Katie Meyer that night. She expressed concern for where I had been and welcomed me right back in. I explained to her how torn I had really become. I remember explaining to her that not only was I tired, but my grades had started slipping, and I slacked not only in school, but I had simply put down everything for a sport I had just seen as a hobby anyhow. I realized that it was on me, and it was my choice that had done this, and as soon as I put my priorities in setting a life around Christ and finding a life in church and Bible studies, my life felt much easier to navigate. Unlike golf tournaments that you do poorly in, God is always on the same course, and He will take you in no matter how well you've been performing. It's not easy navigating the pressures the world puts on you, but as I've grown closer to the guys in my group, their support and accountability have helped shape my priorities during high school years. Their support has helped me say no to temptation, to pray for others making different decisions than I am, and to help me invest in people who will build me up in my faith. One of the other greatest parts of high school ministries is having vulnerable leaders. Having such a great outlet in high school means that we can consult experienced Christians, giving insight on our lives, guiding us with God in mind. I'm really thankful for the men who have shared their own struggles with us and how God is working in their lives. I've grown a lot through my time in HVC High School, having seen the way God has moved in such a tight community. How could that not be more appealing? Even with the personal speed bumps we come to as high schoolers, we meet every Sunday in a constant and loving place. We get to see people we consider family and talk about the week previous and the week ahead. It's a space to refocus on God in preparation for the work we do outside of church. The bonds we formed in these Christ-seeking relationships are creating a more mature generation of young Christians. And I'm really glad to be a part of it and more than excited to see where this foundation puts me in my time after the ministry. Thank you.